Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Electrical Theology, Esoteric Life Coaching, where we like to unfold the moment with an undefended heart, and we do this by taking responsibilities for our thoughts, actions, and emotions. In the last few videos, we've been talking about our self-awareness. And what is self-awareness? Well, the way I'm teaching it is that self-awareness has four parts. And here we can see there's four parts to self-awareness, and those four parts are self-worth, self-image, self-concept, and self-esteem. And we've already talked about self-worth, and within self-worth and self-image and esteem and concept, we have to understand that all four of these have a central part, which is core value. Your core values, which we'll get into today, is the main topic of this video. And without knowing your core values, or how you evaluate yourself or evaluate yourself, you don't know what your value is. So you'll be exchanging with other people. If you don't know your value, or you may think it's less than, then you're going to always exchange for less than in your life. But if you know your core values, and if you don't, we'll be able to choose from those today and create your core values, and then you start living by those core values. And those core, again, is heart. Heart and core are the same root word. And by putting our heart, or unfolding the moment with an undefended heart, then we can have great value in this life. This again is sermon 26, but it is the part of core value, even though we don't have it written down here. Core value is just the underlying, unseen progress and process of when we become what we want to become and manifest what we want to manifest in this life. What's happening is that this is being charged in the hierarchic field, right? And in the Shambhala field that we've talked about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if this is your first time, hey, I appreciate you showing up and listening to these videos throughout. And it is about the esoteric. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you can go back and watch some of those earlier videos that describe what I'm talking about when we talk about this Shambhala hierarchy and God in the seven frequencies, amongst many things, and the secret grid. And we need these secret grid. We need in order to navigate the secret grid and negotiate our communication with other beings, not only on Earth but off-world, we'll call it, or inner worlds. Then we need to make sure that we have a good solid foundation, or core, right? Your core in your physical body is between your waist and your shoulders, if you will. And that's also where your heart is. It's the core. The heart is where the upper three chakras and the lower three chakras spin on, right? So the heart chakra is sort of centered, and then the rest are always alternating around like a merry-go-round, but the heart stays centered, right? So let's get into the core value. And this is again part of the self-awareness. And if this is your first time again, guys, hey, definitely like, subscribe, and that way hit the notification bell so you know when my videos. I try to bring a video out each and every day. I try to keep them around 10 to 30 minutes, somewhere in between there, but most of them around 20 minutes. But if you like this content, definitely like it, guys. Appreciate it. All right, core values. So we talked about core values in the last video a little bit, and I just gave you a few examples, but today is just touching on what these core values can be for you. Now, core value is accountability, right? We talked about congruency and consistency before, and integrity or honesty, discernment, passion, compassion, perseverance. These are all that I touched on the other day, but here's a list that maybe will help you, right? Sort of, if you don't know your core values, like we talked about at the beginning of this video, if you don't, here's some examples of what your core values can be, and make up your own by all chances. These are just examples, right? But if one resonates with you, then adopt that one, integrate it, but then make the choice and commitment to live by that no matter what is thrown at you or what you encounter, right? And even if your life goes super well, are you going to get egoic and hold money over people, right? Are you going to treat them different? Right, so this can go either way. So if your life is less than or more than or somewhere in the middle, right, can you maintain your core values in no matter what situation? So accountability, purpose, efficiency, accuracy. If you want to be accurate, right, if you're choosing to do a job, how accurate do you want to be? In the military, you had to be inaccurate. If you're off just a smidgen, it can cost someone their life. right? So you want to make sure that you're accurate, if that's good for you. If you like being accurate or detailed or even obsessive or hyper-focused, right? Accuracy may be a word for you to adopt. Professionalism, empathic, adventurous, reliable, equality, ambition, assertiveness, boldness, calmness, right? No matter what's going on around you, if people are yelling or screaming or whatnot, and if you can keep that calm, we talked about this the other day about being in the middle of the storm, right? There's a hurricane blowing, but if you're in the middle of it, it's always sunny, right? So we have the awareness, the calmness to be able to separate temporarily and observe what's going on and being able to make great decisions without going beyond the 4%. And the 4% cycle we've talked about in past videos. Look at that video as well. So carefree, right? I like being carefree. I don't like being tied down to one job. I like to create multiple jobs or businesses, and that way I can come and go as I please or make as much as I want or not want. And then be able to just pick up and go when I want, right? Am I living a billionaire's life? No, but the freedom and the carefreeness of just picking up and doing something, right? That to me brings me more joy. I'm not restricted. If I want to move from one place to another place, I can. I have the option, right? So for me, accountability is neither mature or immature, right or wrong, right? If you want to count, right, all the little details in your life and commit to them, that's fine. Carefree, I'm committed to being carefree, which is going with the flow in one sense. And even when I was in the military, I had a carefree life. I created basically my own schedules. Over a little period of time, I created more fitness workouts. I was playing golf 3 days a week. We played volleyball every Friday. So I was carefree to create that. I played basketball. I was on the volleyball team. Right? We had all this stuff that I was able to do. Yes, there was a structure around me, and I knew those boundaries, but within that, I created my own environment. So I can have accountability, but I can also be carefree in that environment. But carefree is not a lack of commitment. It's actually you're committing to make sure that your energy is always flowing in the way in which you choose for it to flow. Unfold that moment. Right? You like this? All right, guys, we'll keep going. Clear-minded. Right? When we're in that calm of the storm, we're clear-minded. Right? And if we're not, then we have the tools. For what reason? We take responsibility for that thought that's coming through. So for what reason do we want to keep maintaining that thought, knowing that we have the power to stop that thought and create a brand new thought instantly? Right? Creative. I love being creative. That's why I create so many businesses. I help other people create their businesses, brand them, give them a name to their business, their websites, whatever. Consistency, we've talked about that one before. Humility, right? No matter how famous or rich or poor or struggling you may be, is that humility, right? It's not how you come out of something, it's how you were while you were going through whatever it is you were going through. How did you handle that unfolding moment? Did you do it with responsibility, calmness? Were you accountable for your choices? Was it purposeful? Right? Dependable. Now let's go to humility. Truth seeking, that's sort of honesty, integrity, right? You're always trying to get to the bottom of something, right? I always want to get to the bottom of it. Not that I can change it, but at least it gives me understanding that I went as far as I could. And now that I do, I understand that I can move on. Right? Devoted. Right? Devoted is just of vote. And vow basically means vow or commitment, a promise, right? And then we have dependable, leader. Some people are just natural born leaders, others can learn to be leaders. But a leader in this capacity is you being your own self. Once you can become your own self, you know what you have to get rid of in your life. And you know what you're ready to bring into. Right? You know what you're ready to stop and what you're ready to start. Right? And that can be people, places, or things, friends, families, businesses. Right? Like I said, I walk my talk, and that I've shut down pretty much all my other businesses that I had that were more, they weren't becoming fun anymore. They weren't carefree. Right? I wasn't ambitious anymore. Right? I've done it for 14-something years, so I was done with it. right? And now I'm going through the transition of shutting all that off, dealing with what I want to do next. I have to decompress from all the other energies that I've had around me. So that process of efficiency, calmness, ambition, I got to get back to carefree, going with the flow, because I was sort of structured, but I didn't want to be that structure anymore, so that's why I chose to eliminate them, right? Or be done with them, however you want to do, disconnect from them. Like I said, it was very successful. It was a fun business, and I have other things that I do. I write books, and now I'm doing videos. So it gave me more time to do these videos and get my information out to the world, right? And off-worlders. All right, so leader, giving, fearless, loyal, lover, being open, right? Open and undefended. But these are some of the things that hopefully this is giving you what core values are. Now you can come up with whatever. I would encourage having 3 of them all the time, right? Not just one, but have 3 of them. And that way it gives if one of those are being challenged, you have the other 2 to help support. But if you only had one and that was challenged and you didn't have anything else, you possibly could not make an honorable choice or an accurate choice or a carefree choice. So by having 3 of these in your bag at all times in your consciousness, because we become these things. I become carefree, I become clear-minded, I become adventurous. You can have as many as you want, right? But live by that. This is your code, this is your creed, right? And when you're ready to step up to this plate and be your own individual self, then you'll have the courage to be done with those people, places, and things that are no longer working. I've known people that lived in the same town, never been out of the country, lived in the same house for 40, 50 years. Right? That's awesome. I can never do that. That would drive me crazy, right? But having the ability, right? Even if I had that home base, I would definitely be going out all over the place, right? It's good to have a home base to come back to, but then I can go travel the world for months on end and then come back to that place. So I can have the best of both worlds, right? I want a little stability and I want some flexibility. I want both, right? I don't have to have one or the other. And neither do you. But look at these core values, see if they resonate with you, and can you live by them no matter what happens to you? Because this will make the character of who you are. Character has the word arc in it, and you're able then to arc your own ions independently of everyone else's, and then use that to manifest purposefully in this life. All right, guys? So next video, it'll be self-awareness or self-awareness and the self-esteem within that self-awareness, because we've already gone over self-worth, and now we are looking at self-esteem, and we just looked at the core values. So with all these, you're going to start becoming a better person, a more mature person, a person who takes responsibility for their thoughts, actions, and emotions. That's about all I have for you this week, guys. I appreciate you hanging in there. And again, please like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Algorithms love being tickled by that like button. So, love each and every one of you, and look forward to seeing you next video.